And Janki's passionate about progression and personal growth when overcoming challenges. Janki's mindfulness has helped her look at the bigger picture and continue to push her way through the tough times. Janki hopes to motivate others to face challenges, even in the worst of times. She is here today to talk about this with her speech entitled, and please give a huge round of applause, her speech is entitled, Step Out of Your Bubble. Janki Parmer, everybody!
I'm talking to you about times I felt anger, self-doubt, disappointment, and frustration. I'm talking to you about times I felt fear. And what is fear? For me, fear was my worst enemy, but it was also my best friend. Fear can be the rope that drags you down to the ground, but it can also be the wings that help you fly. Looking back on all of our lives, I'm sure each of us in this room have had to face our fears at some point in our lives. But what were the outcomes? I'd like to share two personal stories with you. My first story is about how I devoted 2 years of my life to a large corporate firm in London who did everything in their power to make me feel like a tiny little number, like a nobody. I wanted to leave, but the courage was gone. The confidence had disappeared. I sat at my desk, numb, each day. I didn't feel worthy anymore. I didn't feel I could find anything better. So I stayed. Until one day. On that day, I quit, not caring what could happen next. Much to my surprise, 2 weeks later, I get offered a brilliant job at a fantastic company. I instantly felt happier and more acknowledged for my work. I remember thinking that day, leaving wasn't as scary as I thought it would be, and fear had become my best friend. My second story is of a precious time when I decided to move in with my partner to start a new chapter in our lives together. I was so excited, but equally, I was so nervous. I'd never done this before. I was fearful of the commitment. I didn't want to get hurt. I was fearful of how I would explain this to my family. I didn't know how they would react. But my gut was telling me, go for it, Janki. So I did. Two years down the line, we've built a beautiful home together. Not only that, in 2 days' time, we've packed our bags, we're moving overseas to start another new chapter in our lives together. You see, fear was the rope dragging me down to the ground. It then became the wings to help me fly. Now, I'll leave this message to you all to think about and decide for yourselves. How uncomfortable are you willing to be to get to where you need to be? Because it isn't as scary as you think it will be. So step out of your bubble. Because life starts at the end of your comfort. Thank you.